Welcome to the Medical Device Made Easy podcast. Here is Munir Lazouzi from easymedicaldevice.com, and today we will do the December update. So first I want to thank our sponsor Medboard. So who is Medboard?
Medboard, the regulatory research and intelligence platform, is focused on solving the problem with increasing news and data and new requirements as regulatory intelligence, post-market surveillance, clinical literature review, and many more. We are making trusted MedTech information and data more accessible, creating the largest information portal search and the best tools for review, intelligence, and portfolio management. We are already changing people's lives like you by reducing tedious manual and repetitive work or saving much time. Contact us at medboard.com to learn more about us and do a free trial.
So first, in the European Union, we had in November 30th the EBSCO meeting, which is a meeting where all the big regulators, commissions are meeting and discussing related to the situation in Europe for the different legislations. And here we have had a letter or documents talking about some competent authorities that were warning the EBSCO, the members of the EBSCO meeting, mainly about the potential possibility of shortage of medical devices. So we hear that a lot of times, shortage of medical device. Since we had the beginning of the MDR, we talk about shortage. So here they are really warning about MDR and IVDR, so also in vitro diagnostic products that can be short. Due to the requirements of the MDR, maybe timelines, maybe all those requirements, manufacturers that will not renew some devices, so those devices will not be on the market anymore, etc., etc. So there was this alarm warning that was provided, but also the warning on the fact that the system is not ready. When we talk about system, is all the infrastructure, all the systems that are needed to make the EU MDR and IVDR running is not ready. And they take the example of the UDAMED database, again, that was postponed, and mainly this is one of the arguments. When we read the document, it's not really providing high recommendation or whatever, it's just a warning of the situation. So don't hesitate to go on the show notes to check that. And at the same moment, there is a survey that was also issued to ask manufacturers or economic operators, authorized representatives, if there is a risk of shortage, for example. And there is a document that is explaining the purpose of this survey, and there is also a link with all the questions that are asked also. So it can be a good point for you if you are providing your feedback to the EU Commission. Tell them mainly what you think, what you know. Will you renew some of your products, or will there be some shortage for some of your products, etc., etc. So this can be also a good information because the EU Commission are making the laws, but they are not on the field. So mainly the idea is for you that are on the field to tell them what's the situation on the field. So you'll see those questions will be visible. So then what you have to do is just to go and answer those questions and provide your feedback to the EU Commission. So don't hesitate to go on the show notes. There will be the links for the EBSCO meeting documents, plus also all the questions for the survey. Next, we talk about falsification of medical devices. So what's that? So there was apparently a survey for falsification of medical devices, and here are the results from the EDQM, where they are mainly telling you what you answered, what people answered about falsification of medical devices. So I will just read you a few of the questions that were on this report. So the questions were like, in your opinion, is the regulation in place sufficient to address problems originating from falsification or other fraudulent handling of medical devices? So mainly, is the regulation preventing from falsification or fraudulent medical devices? I mean, if you are someone that wants to make a falsification of medical device, it's not the regulation that will prevent you to do that. But mainly, I think that with the EU MDR, with all the transparency, with the UDI, with the UDAMED, with all those things, this can help you to identify when the product is fraudulent or falsified. Other questions is, to the best of your knowledge, has your authority investigated any cases of falsified medical devices in the last 3 years, or appropriate number of suspected falsified medical devices observed by your authority in the last 2 years? Or do you experience difficulties in identifying whether a medical device is a suspected falsification? So mainly, yeah, you can get all those, if you want to understand more about falsification of medical devices, you can get all those answers in the report that is issued by the EDQM. Next, we talk about the update of the MDCG 2022-11, which is the MDCG it's a position paper. It's not a guidance, it's a position paper. And it's a notice to manufacturers and notified bodies to ensure timely compliance with MDR and IVDR requirements. So mainly this was something that was issued by the Commission MDCG to warn that you have to apply, you have to provide all the information, I mean, mainly for the manufacturers. And then here there is a call. Inside there is an update, so there is a call to notified bodies to streamline the certification process. And mainly the call is what? Is to say you should be more transparent. I mean, say to notified bodies, you should be more transparent, you should provide some timelines, it should be predictable, it should be consistent. They also talk about fees at a certain point, I mean, just a small small sentence. So mainly, yes, also about fees, because yeah, at the beginning we say that it will cost that, but at the end it costs more because mainly there are some reviews, some revisions, some rounds of questions, etc., which increase also the price for that. So mainly, when you are a big company, maybe you can handle that. But when you are a small and medium company, which is already struggling, yeah, not having any predictability, not knowing the budget, I mean, being told that it will cost that, but it will increase of 20 or 30% more, etc., can be a project killer, if I can say. So it can kill your company for all this. So it's why, yeah, I agree with this element, but it's an MDCG call to notified bodies. It's not in the law. There is no kind of anything that they are, if I can say, obliged to do, or they will be sanctioned or whatever. So mainly this is a call. So I hope they will listen to that and it will be more clear for everyone. Okay, now Team NB, so Team Notified Bodies, is providing some trainings on IVDR for technical documentation. They were already doing that before. Now they do a new session in February 1st, so still a few months before to attend that, but you can register from now. They were also issuing a document because they had made previously some trainings on MDR for technical documentation, and they were issuing a document explaining about the context for this training, like it was created in collaboration with notified bodies. This is experts that are from notified bodies that are issuing, that are also making the trainings, etc. And the results also of some survey on the training. So if you want to know more about that, you can go on the show notes. But if you are really interested, this training can help you a lot in case you are really struggling with your technical documentation, because it's notified bodies who are training you on what notified bodies are looking for. So mainly this is good that the one that will review your technical file will tell you how you want to see your technical file. So it can be a good advice. But anyway, if you go to the MDR or IVDR Annex 2 and 3, you will see exactly what are the chapters that are needed on the technical documentation. Now the question is what should be inside those chapters, and this course will help you to understand more how you can answer those requirements. So don't hesitate to go to check the dates and to check the documents. Okay, there was the EU Commission has issued a law, if I can say, in terms of the substance prohibition for medical devices, and one substance was the DEHP. It was considered as dangerous, so prohibited for medical devices from, I think, 2025. There was a lot of dates, so I think it was 2025. But now they extended that until 2030, 1st of July 2030. So it means what? It means that you can continue to have those substances on the device until that date. But my advice is mainly to try to find already some kind of substitute to that. There is still an exemption mentioned there, like if you really need to have that, you need to have a justification why, and to get the approval from the authorities about that. But mainly this is a substance that should be removed from your medical device. So if you didn't know, now you know, and there are no excuses. So then please try to find a substitute to that, or maybe ask the people that are providing you those kind of material, if it's a material or if it's a substance, if there is a substitute to that. Okay, now notified bodies. So how many notified bodies more? So we have 2 additional notified bodies for MDR. So the 41st notified body is UDEM in Turkey. So it's the second one in Turkey, so it's great. And the next one is Scarlet NB, which is the 42nd notified body under MDR, not IVDR, MDR. So we have 42 notified bodies under MDR now. So yeah, it's always important to celebrate that there is more notified bodies. So mainly, as we said, the idea is now that you are really trying to contact those notified bodies as soon as possible, to apply as soon as possible, because they were, I mean, a lot of notified bodies were saying that there is a drop in the applications, which is mainly, I suppose the reason is mainly that the extension of the timeline for the EU MDR, which is a fake extension, because as I've said to you, by next year, you need to have a contract, an agreement with notified body. You should sign an application with notified body before September next year, and by May you have to have a quality management system that is compliant with the EU MDR and IVDR. So don't take the opportunity to say, oh, we have still now until 2030. No, you don't have until 2030. You should sign an agreement with notified body now. If you haven't done it, like François Schlemmer from Team NB said during our Team PRC event, if you haven't done it already today, do it tomorrow. So mainly make an application immediately tomorrow. So don't wait, do your application to your notified bodies. Otherwise, you will not be able to extend until 2030 or 2028. Sorry, I was saying 2030, but no, 2028 or 2027. You cannot extend until those dates if you have not any agreement with the notified body. Next, Switzerland. So Switzerland is issuing an information document about vigilance, submission of vigilance. So mainly it's following the MIR form, FSN, FSCA, etc. for Europe, but this is mainly a communication from Swissmedic about how you can apply for that and what is the email address, like materialvigilance@swissmedic.ch, where you can then issue your MIR form. So don't hesitate to go to the show notes, and if you are having a quality management system, then you should have also some vigilance reporting procedure. So then use this information to update your vigilance reporting procedure to include this information inside. If you are a manufacturer, but also if you are an authorized representative, CH rep in Switzerland. So don't hesitate to update also your procedures and then include the information of how you can submit a vigilance reporting in Switzerland. So all the details are in the show notes. No excuses anymore. Okay, so Easy Medical Device is issuing a new session of the Green Belt certification program, so the training on EU MDR. So the session starts next week, December 11th. So you can still register now if you are listening to this video before December 11th. So what we'll do is that during 1 week, I will train. We have already, I think, 10 participants or 15 participants already registered. That will be trained on EU MDR. So there will be a self-paced session every day where you will be looking at some material, doing some assignments, doing some quizzes. And there will be 1.5 hour session every day where I will be sharing with you the information about a certain topic. So day one will be about a general overview of the EU MDR. Like what is the EU MDR, what are the timelines also of EU MDR, about the significant changes, etc. All about Article 120 and 123 also for EU MDR. Then we go on the next day about economic operators. So we'll talk about Article 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 14, 15. Even 16, yeah, even 22. So we have a lot of articles that we'll talk about there, with a lot of examples also. So the objective is to make you understand all this. We have day 3, we have 3 steps to market. So how to start your project. Like first step is my product a medical device? Second step is what is the classification of my product? And third step is mainly the conformity assessments. And then we'll talk also about notified bodies. Day 4, we'll talk about technical overview. It's a big chapter, this one, where where we will review the quality management system, technical documentation, post-marketing surveillance, post-marketing clinical follow-up, clinical evaluation, what else? Yeah, a lot of things like that. Or anything that is technical, like technical file also, technical GSPR, we'll review all those things. And the last day will be about UDAMED and UDI. So I will help you to navigate through UDAMED, what is inside, etc. And we'll navigate also through UDI. I mean, I will ask you to create some UDI codes. I will show you how to create them. I will show you also how to identify a company that has a certain UDI code. Also to check if the UDI code is compliant or not. So we'll do that all during that time. And the last day, from the next day, you'll have then 1 week to do the exam, so the certification exam, so that you can get your certificate. So any people that participate anyway get an attestation of participation, mainly saying that you have participated to the training with all the curricula of this training, all the content and everything. And the people that will succeed the exam will get their certificate of success mainly, where it will be mentioned mainly that you have succeeded to the green belt certification test and exam. Okay, so if you want to then join us, so don't hesitate to go on the show notes. There is the link. So school.easymedicaldevice.com/course/GB27 27 because it's the 27th session that we have done since 2020. I think July 2020 we started this certification program. So now it's been nearly more than 2 years now that we are doing that. So it's really great. I mean, I like it. So yeah, don't hesitate to go to the show notes and then check this training. So Easy Medical Device started a new website which is called Medtech Conf. So Medtech Conf was an initiative where we heard a lot of people, and myself also, saying, oh, I didn't know there was this event or that event, etc. So we created this website like a map where all the MedTech events will be displayed. I mean, all. We are trying to put all the MedTech events there, but to be honest, there are so many that it's a bit difficult to keep track of all those. So the idea is mainly if you can help us to do that, we have placed also a form. If you have an event that will be in the next few months or next year, don't hesitate to go to the Medtech Conf. There is a link where you can just click and there will be a Google form. For now it's a Google form, we'll try to make it better later, but for now it's a Google form where you can register your event and our team will be placing that on the map. So the idea is mainly when you are interested about an event, you can go to the map and you see all the events in the map and you can then select the ones that you are really interested about. Only the events that are still live will be displayed, all the other ones will be removed. So it will be always current. So don't hesitate to go to medtechconf.com, medtechconf.com, CONF, so that you can have a view of all the events that are coming. And as I've said, I say all in brackets because we are still working on getting all those events, putting them there. But with your help, I'm sure we can succeed on that. So thank you very much. Okay, now let's look at other countries. So first country is USA. USA FDA has made a letter announcing that they are withdrawing their participation as a member to the Global Harmonization Working Party, GHWP. So at first I said, oh, curious, why? Some gossips, why they are doing that? So yeah, when you read the letter, mainly they are not agreeing with some regulation priorities or alignments that the GHWP was doing. But after asking this question, it was, who is the GHWP? I never heard about this. I mean, we heard maybe about those anagrams, but what are they doing exactly? So then I checked and yeah, they are a group of association, non-profit organization for harmonization of medical device rules and laws and legislations, which I find, oh, really? I thought IMDRF was also trying to do that. I thought, I mean, there are a lot of organizations who are trying to do that. So mainly, yeah, they are withdrawing from it. Why exactly? What exactly are the priorities that they are not aligned to? I don't know, but if you have more information, you can just share that with us on our LinkedIn page. So don't hesitate to go there and tell us more about maybe this situation. Okay, again for notified bodies, we have now a guidance or a law from notified bodies saying that you have to notify them when there is a discontinuation of certain of your products. Not certain, all your products. I mean, when you are discontinuing a line of products in the USA, you have to inform them. On the document, it says that 6 months ahead of the discontinuation, you have to inform them. So everybody that is really, I mean, there is a lot of information there, who should do that, how to do that, when to do that, etc. But there is also the mention of if you don't do that, then you'll get a non-conformity or something from the notified body, and you'll have to answer to that, etc., etc. So can be also a warning letter, so I don't know. But mainly the idea for you is that you have to inform the FDA if one of the products that is maybe on the list on their database is discontinued completely. Otherwise, it can be some trouble for your company, and you will receive, as I said, a non-conformity, and you'll have to answer to it. So don't hesitate to go to this document. Don't hesitate also, as said, always I'm saying that, but if you are having a quality management system, don't hesitate to have a procedure inside the discontinuation procedure that is telling for the USA how to manage that, but also maybe for other countries, Europe or Australia or whoever, have a procedure telling you if there is a discontinuation, here is the thing I have to do. I have to archive all this, archive all that, but I have also to inform the authorities, this authority and that authority, etc., etc. Because mainly it can create some problem for your company if you don't do that. Then we have a webinar, which is in December 12th from the USA, also FDA. So it's on oncology drugs products used with certain in vitro diagnostic tests. When I read that, I said, oh, it looks like it talks about companion diagnostics. And yes, apparently, when I looked at the document. So if you want to know more about how you have to handle your companion diagnostics in the USA when they are used for some oncology drug products, so then this is the webinar to look at. So December 12th is next week, Tuesday next week. So don't hesitate to go there and listen and understand. I mean, this is more targeted for all pharma companies that are using those kind of things, or medical device in vitro diagnostic companies that are helping pharma companies with their drugs. It's important also because many those products are working together, so you have to understand how you have to make an application maybe or submission or approval for both at the same moment also. So don't hesitate to go to this webinar. Okay, Canada every year will be sending you an annual review of your MDEL, so medical device establishment licenses. So mainly this is the registration of your medical devices in the Canada. So every year you receive a package called the MDEL package, which mainly you will have to fill and send back to the Canadian authority, Health Canada, where you will be mainly mentioning about the situation for your device. Plus, you'll have also to pay some fees. So every year you'll have to pay the fee for that. So they will send it now in December, from what they are saying, and you'll have to answer by April 1st. So then, if you are registered in Canada and you have not received that, then maybe just contact them again, because yeah, it can be a deal breaker, if I can say, for Canada. So just contact them again to say, oh, I haven't received my package, so that you can fill all those information there. But yeah, this is an annual thing that they will be doing every year. So every year you will receive this kind of information if you were not aware. Okay, Saudi Arabia has issued a new webinar, which is clinical trials of medical devices requirements. So, which will be also next week in December 12th, where you can learn more about how Saudi Arabia is looking for clinical trials in all the data for the submission of your medical devices. So don't hesitate to go. Don't remember the time zone is different than where you are maybe. So check the time, and there is a button or a link. They should create a button, but they just put a sentence at the bottom saying click here for entering. So they should create a button that is clear. Click here to enter with a big sign with red, etc. But yeah, so mainly don't hesitate to go to this webinar to understand more about the situation. If you are selling your device in Saudi Arabia, or if you are located in Saudi Arabia and you want to hear more about how SFDA is handling this kind of situation. Okay, South Africa now. SAFRA is issuing a guideline on questions and answers for licensing of medical device establishment. So mainly this is for companies that wants to register their products in South Africa. Did I say, yeah, South Africa? Yeah, great. So SAFRA. So don't hesitate to check this document, which is giving you question and answers, mainly how to do this, when to do this, how to do that, who should do that, etc., etc. So if you are planning to go to South Africa, then this document will give you some hints about what you need, how you can do that. It's not only for manufacturers, it's also for distributors, importators, etc., authorized representative, it's mentioned there also. So this is a document that can help you to understand the situation in South Africa, which is great because I had myself for one of my clients some of those questions, and now I'm good. I'm happy to have those answers directly coming from the authority in South Africa. Now we have an announcement co-announcement from Brazil and Argentina. So ANMAT in Argentina and ANVISA in Brazil, where they have signed a mutual recognition agreement for the products for medical devices for both countries. So mainly this is a mutual recognition agreement on the certificates of medical devices. It says inside something like certificates of free sales and some classes of products. So check again the announcement, but apparently if your product is coming from a certain country, it can be easily sold in another one because of this agreement. It's like Switzerland and Europe. So mainly this is the kind of thing that it can happen there. So don't hesitate to check. So if you are in Brazil and plan to sell to Argentina, then you see that it will be easier. And if you are in Argentina and trying to sell to Brazil, it's the same. So don't hesitate to check that. It can help you for your business. Okay, so we have some updates again on our tool, SmartEye, so an EQMS. So we are working with S-Cube Technologies to develop EQMS called SmartEye. And now we have just released a new update in terms of supplier management, mainly evaluation of supplier, recording, evaluation, check, etc. of suppliers. So this is important for you to understand that when you have a supplier, you have to first evaluate the supplier select the supplier, then evaluate the supplier if it's a critical supplier or not critical, then have a regular update about this evaluation or regular check, etc. So we have put all those processes, not just document processes inside SmartEye, which means that you will be alerted when the time is coming to re-evaluate. You'll get all the information about the scores and everything. So if you ask for an approved supplier list, you click on a button and you get your approved supplier list directly. So the idea is mainly for you to be able to manage your suppliers directly inside the EQMS or SmartEye. So don't hesitate to ask for a demo at the link smart-i.io. Go on the show notes and you click on the link, so it will be easier for you. So thank you for that. So we had a podcast episodes last month, 3 of them. So the first one is how to certify a calculator or risk score software for medical devices. This is a podcast that was recorded with Cesare Magri from 4 Better Devices. So he explains to us if we should consider those calculators like probability of getting osteoporosis or probability of getting a sepsis for patients, etc. So are those medical devices, are those class 1, class 2A, how to consider those devices, etc., and how to certify them also. So if you want to understand that, go to the podcast episode for that. Then we have how to find a predicate device for your 510K submission with Beat Keller from IMT. So mainly if you are trying to sell your device in the US, you'll have to go through a 510K. And if you go through a 510K, then you have to find a predicate device for your 510K. And this is mainly what Beat will be trying to share with us about how to do that, what is the best method. Also some vocabulary to make you understand, because predicate device, what does it mean? Is it the same as similar device, as equivalent device, as reference device, etc.? So there are a lot of wording that are used, so the objective is mainly for you to understand that. So don't hesitate to check that also. And last one is what is the situation regarding digitalization in the medtech industry. And here we mainly talk with, I was part of the Medics Day in September, if I remember, or October. And this was a great session where there was a lot of people talking about digitalization. So at which age are we? So paper age, internet age, artificial intelligence age. So what is exactly the age we are now? and mainly what is the situation for the medtech industry. So I was moderating a panel discussion where we had 5 guests there, and the idea is mainly to ask them questions about the situation, how to improve, how to also make your management buy those kind of processes, because we talk here about processes like the EQMS I talked to you about SmartEye, so mainly processes that can be then helping your company to get better. Artificial intelligence also, we mentioned that, so is it a threat or not? Is just feeling E-star like for the 510K, like also considered as digitalization? So there are a lot of questions like that, so don't hesitate to check that inside the show notes. Okay, it was really a pleasure to have this session with you. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. If you have also projects that you want Easy Medical Device to work on, so don't hesitate also to contact me at info@easymedicaldevice.com. So easymedicaldevice.com, we can be your consultants, we can be your authorized representative, we can also be your importer, and you can also make the trainings of your companies. And we have, as I've said, a lot of projects with AQMS, with SmartEye also. So don't hesitate to contact me if you have any of these needs, or if you have a future project that will come, don't hesitate to consult our team about that. Okay, it was really a pleasure. Thank you very much, and I wish you a nice day.